Where do you feel like you are right now with still some things really up for grabs?
I think the group is good. I think we're in actually pretty good form, probably the best form we've been in all season, which is good, especially going into the rest of the games and then also the Open Cup final. We just got to hopefully remain healthy and we keep ourselves in good form because that's a big competition for us.
What do you think has led to the form? What has been the building process to your best form?
Some guys have come back into form, and there's been obviously a lot of patience from our perspective, meaning coaching staff. But I also think that there's a good commitment from the guys, and they haven't given up on anything, and I think they show that in a lot of games. And we've gotten better at some aspects of our game as well, especially defending over the course of 90 minutes. We've been much better, but we still got a ways to go.
That's a New York team that doesn't drop many points at home. Despite the result, despite some of the things that happened. What do how would it show about your guys to put out a performance like that?
Yeah, I mean, I would say that the performance was very good. The result wasn't. I don't think. It didn't mimic the performance because I thought it was very good. I think the other side of it too is that. For the guys, I don't want to say they learned something because obviously every game you learn something, but there's a lot of positives in that game that we had worked on over the last couple of weeks with the bye and everything that really came out in the game. And I think they realized how few chances they gave away in the game and how much they were able to get on the counter as well because of the places that we won the ball. So from that point of view, it was very good.
Allen got a really nice goal there. Is he one of those guys that is kind of rounding into form now?
Yeah, I would say there's quite a few guys that are, but what he's been doing. He's been playing well, but he's starting to get in front of the goal a lot more, which is what we need him to do.
He and Kyrie were both on the match day team of the week. Is that a little bit of a reward for Kyrie for being in that position that he's really evolving in it?
He's played very well. I mean, he has. I'll say it simply. I'm pleasantly surprised at how well he's done. I'm not surprised about his attitude. I'm just surprised at how quickly he has, I guess, acclimated himself to the position. He's been very good. And then the other thing is he's really used his physical attributes to enhance and dominate in the position. He's been really good.
Has that been something you can be extra helpful for because you made a transition in your career?
I mean, yeah, I can, but I always think that transition, the number one thing is attitude. If you don't have a good attitude, you must forget about it, and he does. So that's a credit to him. That's not me, but the other parts of the game, yes, I think maybe positioning, things like that. But he's a guy that when you do talk to him, he listens and he's able to implement stuff really quickly into a game.
You mentioned the result didn't necessarily match the quality of the game. In your long career, what's your sense of the percentage of time in soccer a result matches to play?
Boy, I would off the top of my head, I'd say 50-50. I mean, it's a little different when you're playing at home. Obviously, it's always in your favor, and when you're away, it usually is against you. But the other side of it too is that you can have a great performance and one play can go poorly and game over, and you don't have any other thing to kind of get yourself back in the game. So yeah, it's actually a good question.
I think roster freeze coming up at the end of the week. Any last minute moves, additions?
I'm going to say I don't think so, but we're still monkeying around a little bit. But I don't think so.